Hi, welcome to this demo on IBM Spectrum Protect Plus offering inside of the AWS Marketplace. What this offering brings you is the ability to do either a hybrid or an all-in-cloud installation of the IBM Spectrum Protect Plus server and vSnap into the AWS cloud. Now, what this gives you is the ability to protect and reuse the database workloads that are running on AWS. This might be your DB2, Microsoft SQL Server, Oracle, MongoDB, or even in some cases Exchange. And you can then send these copies either to S3 containers out on AIS for long-term retention, or you could replicate them out to other vSnaps, or you could just leave them in the vSnap on the Amazon Web Services. And so by having the ability to have your Spectrum Protect Plus server either on-site in a hybrid environment, or having the entire solution of the Spectrum Protect Plus server and vSnap inside of the Amazon Web Services, that gives you the ability to use the Amazon Web Services as a replication target or as a DR site if you need to rebuild your entire infrastructure in the cloud. In this video, I'll be showing you the hybrid solution where we create a vSnap inside of AWS and then connect it to an existing on-premise Spectrum Protect Plus server. Do check out the other videos I have that will also show the all-in-cloud solution. So when you go to deploy the Amazon Web Services, you're first going to decide where you want your Spectrum Protect Plus server. Is that going to be on-premise on your own site in a hybrid model? Or is that going to be inside of the AWS cloud? And then when you go to deploy this, you're going to have to either choose an existing VPC to deploy these into or a new VPC. This demo will show a hybrid situation where we're going to deploy a new vSnap into an existing AWS and connect it to an existing Spectrum Protect Plus server. This is what an all-in-cloud environment will look like, where we have both our Spectrum Protect Plus server and our Spectrum Protect vSnap repository inside of AWS, protecting the databases that are running inside of AWS, and alternately offloading data to an S3 container for long-term, less expensive storage. This is what a hybrid environment would look like if you chose the hybrid environment. That would have a Spectrum Protect Plus server and a vSnap on a customer site. And then on AWS, we would only have a vSnap server. And we could use these two vSnap servers for replication or for backing up the application workloads that are running inside of AWS. And then you could offload some of those snapshots to an S3 bucket for long-term, less expensive storage. I'll be using AWS CloudFormation templates to install a new Spectrum Protect Plus vSnap into an existing VPC inside of AWS, and then have that connect to the Spectrum Protect Plus server, which is on-premise. So let's get started with this hybrid solution using an existing VPC. So from the AWS Management Console, click on Services, search for Marketplace. Click on Marketplace Subscriptions there, and then you're going to search for Spectrum Protect, and you'll see it brings up our Spectrum Protect Plus offering. And if you click on this offering, on the landing page, you'll see information about the IBM Spectrum Protect Plus offering, the latest version we're offering, and general information about what Spectrum Protect Plus is. You can then scroll down and it'll give you details about the all-in-cloud environment versus the hybrid environment. It'll show you the version. It'll give you links if you want to watch videos about the installation and about the solution. And it'll give you a calculator which will help you estimate, and this is only an estimate, your costs. So the first thing you need to do for this calculator is choose the region that you're deploying into. They'll then choose whether this is a new or existing VPC. They'll look at the cost of deploying a Spectrum Protect Plus vSnap into AWS, and this solution will depend upon the size of the vSnap they're deploying. They will also look at the cost of deploying a Spectrum Protect Plus server in AWS if this is an all-in-cloud solution. If this is a hybrid solution, they can ignore that cost because the Spectrum Protect Plus server will be running on local resources. They'll then look at the estimated infrastructure cost for the AWS infrastructure that they'll be taking advantage of. And remember, this is bring your own license. So the Spectrum Protect Plus server license will be purchased from IBM, and then the customer will enter the key directly into either the on-premise or in-cloud Spectrum Protect Plus server. They can then look at the different fulfillment options. The first one is if this is a new VPC, be able to look at the template. They'll be able to look at the deployment guide if they wish to select that. And here's an actual picture of that template, and you can download this template if you want. We also have information about an existing VPC if you're deploying the Spectrum Protect Plus vSnap and possibly the Spectrum Protect Plus server into an existing AWS VPC. Finally, you'll have information on how you get support, and then go ahead and click Continue to subscribe. Read the terms and conditions, notice the effective date, and then click on the Continue to Configure button. You'll see here the two fulfillment options for either an existing or new VPC. For this video, we'll choose existing VPC. For the software version, choose the latest Spectrum Protect Plus version. For the region, we're going to set it to Virginia. And then for the choose action, choose Launch Cloud Formation and click Launch. The first thing you'll need to enter in the stack details is a stack name. We're going to call this Demo Existing VPC, Existing SPP. Next, you're going to choose the instant type. And this is critical. This is where we choose hybrid because we only want to deploy a vSnap into the AWS. Next, for the VPC network configurations, you're going to choose an existing VPC ID from the dropdown. And then you're going to choose a VPC private subnet from the dropdown and enter a Bastion host IP address. One already needs to exist out there. Next, we're going to enter the Ec2 General Configuration steps, and you will need to enter a key pair. You can either choose an existing key pair or you can create a new key pair. So if you don't have one, you can go into Services, EC2, Network and Security, and then choose a key pair. And this should be saved as a file to your computer. And it's basically needed to log on to the vSnap and Spectrum Protect Plus server. And if you lose it or don't have access to it, then you can't get SSH access to that solution. Now select a time zone that your vSnap is going to run in. Now we're going to enter the Spectrum Protect Plus server details. Because this Spectrum Protect Plus server already exists on your on-premise site, and you do have a VPC and VPN up and running, the first thing we're going to do is enter the Spectrum Protect Plus username and the password associated with that. These need to already exist on your Spectrum Protect Plus server. You'll also enter the Spectrum Protect Plus server address, and this has to be a private IP. The public IP will not work, and we will need this in order to connect to the Spectrum Protect Plus server and define this new vSnap that we're setting up. The next step is to enter the vSnap repository information. You'll choose your vSnap repository size. You'll have used the Spectrum Protect Plus blueprints to determine the size for this. You'll choose the disk type, and this disk type is also going to impact your performance, so choose the level of disk that's going to give you the correct performance. You can choose if you want dedupe or not on that vSnap. And then you'll choose an instant type that reflects your repository size and your choice for dedupe. You'll need to enter a vSnap user ID and the vSnap passwords you want to utilize, and these will be created when we create that vSnap inside of AWS. And finally, you can choose if you want to have a S3 bucket on AWS that's used to copy data for long-term retention, and that copy will happen from the vSnap into that S3 bucket. This bucket name can be new or existing one. Okay, go ahead and click Next. Click Next again. Scroll down and acknowledge the options, and then click Create Stack. This process will run for about 10 to 15 minutes, and when it's done, you'll see that we created 2 stacks. The main stack is the deployment into an existing VPC, and then inside of that, you'll see a nested vSnap. If you click on that vSnap, you will see the IP for the new vSnap that we've created. If you take a look at the EC2, you will see only a new vSnap out there. And this should be up and running. If no EC2 instant shows up, what that means is the registration probably failed somewhere along the way. If you had, for instance, not set up a VPN and we tried to connect to the Spectrum Protect Plus server but were unable to, then the registration would fail and you would see a failure here and this would not be up and running. Okay, next we're going to switch over to the Spectrum Protect Plus server. This is our on-premise Spectrum Protect Plus server that we installed manually and was already up and running. However, when we created this AWS, we did connect into this server and we registered the new vSnap. So here you'll see both the new vSnap and then the existing on-premise vSnap that was already there. We also registered the bucket. You'll see the bucket was registered and an SLA was created that points to this as a copy destination for the Spectrum Protect Plus vSnap that's in AWS. And so all that you really need to do at this point is associate different databases that you want to back up to this SLA, and then that will take care of the actual backing up and the eventual copy to the S3 bucket. So in summary, what I've showed you is the creation of a Spectrum Protect Plus vSnap inside of AWS, connecting to a Spectrum Protect Plus server that is on-premise. This is known as the hybrid model. And in this case, we used an existing VPC and VPN that had been set up previously inside of AWS. Do check out the other videos as I go over the other scenarios for all-in-cloud solutions, as well as solutions where you're creating this with a new VPC. Thank you very much.